Okay, so next we've got circles, which is the second biggest topic in geometry. Not a lot to know about it, but you just see a lot of it. So let's start. Here's a circle. First of all, if I call this circle H, it means that the center of the circle is H. So the name of the circle is its center. Good. Next. What is this? This is easy. This is a radius. Okay? A line that goes from the center of the circle to the circumference. We'll talk about circumference in a second. To the perimeter is a radius. What's this? This is a chord. Just like in the guitar. Okay, a line that connects 2 points on the perimeter of the circle is a chord. And we have a special chord, this one, if it goes through the center, it's called the diameter. So we have to know that the diameter equals 2r, 2 radius. It's also 2 radii. It's also a chord, and it's the longest chord in the circle. The longest chord in any circle is the diameter. There's no line longer than that in the circle. Okay. Moving on, you see that we get this, the pizza. What's the name of the pizza? A part of the circle from the center is called a sector. We'll talk about this later on, actually quite a bit. And you see that we get this also, the crust of the pizza is called an arc. Good. So that's a sector and an arc. And now, let's talk about the two most important formulas for circles, which are the formula for the area and circumference. Again, circumference is the specific word for the perimeter of the circle. So the area is pi times the radius squared. And the circumference is 2 times pi times the radius, okay? Pi r squared and 2 pi r. Remember, please, that pi is approximately 3.14. Okay, that's number one, and without doubt, the most important thing you have to know about the circle, all this, what you see in front of you. Moving on to the next of the big two in circles, and that's talking about the pizzas. So here's a pizza pie. And I'm going to just evenly break this into 4 parts. Now use your eyes and tell me, what part of the entire circumference is this arc? You can see that the arc is exactly a quarter of the entire circumference. And what is the area in here, the red one? You can see that this is again a quarter of the entire circumference. And use your eyes and tell me, what is the angle in here? Of course, it's 90 degrees. It's 90 out of 360, which is a quarter of the central angle. So you need to know that when we take a certain part of the circle, we take the same part of everything. We take the same part of the central angle, the same part of the circumference, and the same part of the area. If you get that concept that we take the same part out of everything, the formula itself is not that important. But here comes the two formulas for the arc and for the sector. So an arc is a part of the circumference. So I need to find the part. What part? So I do this. I take the central angle. Okay, let's call this, talking about this angle, yes, the 90 here. The angle over 360. This tells me what part I took. And I multiply it by the circumference, which is 2 pi r. Make a better pi. Okay, that's the arc. The part that I have using the central angle times the circumference. That's arc. Sector, same thing, just with the area. So it's again the angle, the same central angle, this one, over 360. That's the part again, times the area, because I'm taking a part of the area this time. So this is pi r squared. Pi times radius squared. That's it. These are the formulas which are totally redundant. If you just get the concept that we're taking the same part of everything. That's the important thing. And now we're done with the big two. We have the small four things about circles. You probably see one or two of them per test. So here's number one. Number one is this. If I've got a circle and I've got, let's change color, and I got this angle inside, and this angle is 90, it means that this is the diameter. Okay? Again, 90 degrees means that this is the diameter, and of course this works both ways. If this is the diameter, it means that this is the angle here is 90. Good. That's number one. Number two. This is like a small thing, but it's an important thing. This is called a semicircle. And it's not the same thing as half a circle. As you can see, the difference is the diameter. Semicircle, by definition, is defined as half a circle plus the diameter. So if they ask for the perimeter of the semicircle, they have to include the diameter, otherwise you can have a mistake. Small thing, but important. Next, number three. Here's a circle, and here's a line that touches that circle at exactly one point. This line is called a tangent line. Touches at exactly one point is tangent. What do we have to know? I have to know by heart that if I take down the radius, if I take down the radius to the tangent point, the angle in here is 90 degrees big, always. Okay, that's number three. And last one, number four. Actually, I'll use a new one because I need it to be big. Here's a big circle. And here is an angle which is looking at this red arc. Good. Let's call this angle X. If I draw a second angle looking at the same arc, I have to know that it has the same size. Okay, so peripheral angles looking at the same arc have the same size. But if I draw a third angle looking at the same arc only now from the center of the circle, I have to know that this angle is twice as big. It's 2x. So the central angle looking at the same arc is twice as big. Okay, that's it about circles. We'll see them again when we'll talk about mixed shapes. Again, it's a very important topic. You will see circles for sure in your test, 100%. Please know these rules.